Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody is staying cool, hydrated. This heat we've been experiencing, I know down here in the south we've been getting a heck of a lot of rain. Not that I'm complaining, but you know, it's like so much has been going down. So much has been going down. So much has unfolded from the weekend to where we're at now. When on Tuesday, I actually took the kiddos on a mini road trip and I only got home, Wednesday morning, just before 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I went to sleep and I got up probably around, I think it was before noon. I can't even remember. I'm still so out of it. And my phone was blowing up. And I'm not talking about in a positive way. It's like people were coming at me and it was like, what the hell is going on here? My usual disclaimer: please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research, come to your own conclusion. Like I stated a while back, after the lawsuit was settled and KJ was on a high horse and doing her victory lap, that she is gonna start suing people, and the time has come. Before I get into this video, all this that has come to the surface in regard to Nat and Little Miss Noble and all these people that have been doing this horrific stuff in regard to calling CPS, making false claims. She says she's been stalked. Nobody deserves to be put through that. Absolutely nobody. That is why when it came to Tati's lawsuit, I was so invested, because I did not approve of what Tati was going through. Come to find out, KJ did 2 videos on her YouTube channel explaining everything that has gone down. So I'm like, you know, when I receive all this negativity from people that don't even know me, it's just a good laugh for me. It truly is a good laugh for me. So KJ was actually on her live practically the whole weekend, and everything started unfolding. I think it was on Saturday night. Don't quote me on that, but I'm sure it was on Saturday night, where she explained and she showed how Nat actually reached out to her and confessed to being the one to put out all this false information, and basically saying that she made all their friendship up. A lot of you guys don't have Instagram, and she did threaten people to say if you put her full Instagram content out there, she was going to strike the channel and stuff like that. But anyways, neither here nor there. But this was, in my opinion, you guys, KJ is on a mission. And the way I see it is that because all this that has been referenced in regard to the heinous things that these people have done to KJ, which is absolutely unacceptable, they need to be held accountable and they need to actually suffer the consequences. This is absolutely wrong. Did it work out for you guys? No, it absolutely didn't. You brought chaos upon yourself for somebody that doesn't even contribute to your fucking life. You destroyed your own life. Was KJ worth it? I'm going to tell you she's not worth it. And that's no shade. At the end of the day, I just speak for myself. I can't speak for anybody else but myself. For me personally, this does not excuse KJ from all the years that she has been so vile, she has been so disrespectful, and for the lies that she spewed out about other people. This does not excuse her. Me, in my opinion, that's my thoughts. This doesn't excuse her for all that she's done to other people. And I'm going to get into that. First and foremost, she is on her Instagram live, swearing like a sailor, acting like a complete opposite of what you guys see on her YouTube. I'm talking about her stands that want to come after me and tell me all this bullshit and want to stick up for KJ. I'm going to leave a few and I'm going to show you the difference that you're dealing with. and you can make up your own mind. Because this is a typical example which I can't even, still cannot wrap my head around. Maybe this is just their dynamic or their husband and wife dynamic, but I just can't make sense of this. Allegedly, a report was sent to CPS stating her husband, Todd, did bad things to their son. And he found this out while everybody else on Instagram, on her Instagram, found out about it. Let me play this clip for you.
They filed a false report in my state alleging that my husband sexually abused my son.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep.
You're kidding me?
No, it's serious.
You need to get that information to SALT.
They have it. We have all of it.
Now, once again, I'm going to have to say it because I just have to say it. This is just my opinion, my thoughts, okay? You just heard that man, or he must be just a fucking good actor, okay? She had this information a day before. And she still didn't tell her husband what he was being accused of. Please, can somebody make that make sense to me? Because it like fucking blows my mind that something so heinous was done or said about your husband, but you couldn't have the fucking audacity to tell your husband. So you guys, when everything started unfolding, when Nat had sent her confession that she was doing everything, she made this comment on her Instagram live.
And I figured it out when the lawsuit was happening.
You have been so inconsistent, in my opinion. You said that you actually figured all this out when you were going through the lawsuit, but you couldn't speak because you were going through the lawsuit. This is my question, and if there is a lawyer out there, a YouTube lawyer, if you're willing to do a live with me or come on, I have so many questions. And if you had figured this out, this had nothing to do with your lawsuit, in my opinion. This had to do with your well-being, your family's well-being. You should have taken action, especially if you said you figured all this out and you said you had hundreds of death threats against your son, against you, against your husband. That's something you cannot take lightly, whether you're in a lawsuit or if you're not in a lawsuit. And this is my opinion, okay? Because come hell or high water, me as a parent, I'm going to go to the end of the earth to protect my kids. I don't care what situation I'm in. Nobody is going to put my back against the wall where I can't speak up or safeguard my kids. But that's just me. Katie, that lawsuit, it may be settled, but that's how a lot of people found out about you, whether it be good, whether it be bad. Secondly, in regard to your lawsuit, Katie made it known, and this is what she actually said on her Twitter in reference to her lawsuit. She puts this out in a tweet and she says that the lawsuit was settled because we learned I would have likely won. I'm confused. I am so confused.
The lawsuit was settled because I would have won. Not any other reason. I would have won.
I was always confident that the lawsuit would settle or we would be able to, come to a resolution. I never believed that it would go all the way. And thankfully we did settle. And honestly, I have been so happy about that. I think everyone involved was so glad to be able to put this aside. There truly is, when I say this, absolutely no hard feelings between me and the other parties.
After listening to Katie Joy's YouTube videos, she basically has the same verbiage as Tati. KJ is using "she's on this island by herself." Who used that phrase? Tati used that phrase. How hard it's been for her. Tati did the same thing. And it's just so weird to me is that she brings it across to us like Tati and her are just the best friends now. This is how I think, in my opinion, KJ is harmful, okay? When MANDAPANTS actually released all this information to Salts, nobody knew that she had done it, okay? Nobody knew. Until KJ decided to go on her Instagram live and thank MANDAPANTS for actually doing this and alluding to the fact that MANDAPANTS reached out to her and gave her all this information. Until MANDAPANTS actually had to make her own video and set the record straight, which I will link that video down below. Then KJ comes back to her Instagram live and sets the record straight. And this is what she had to say.
I said that Manda had provided screenshots to someone. I never spoke to her. I never had a conversation with her. She was not speaking to me. She provided that information to Salts. She sent him screenshots. That's all I said.
Too late for that, KJ. Too late. Because Manda was getting so much heat. Manda was being bombarded with hate. And then in turn now, she did this YouTube video of hers where she was all about linking Kay Baxter's video because she felt vindicated by Kay Baxter. No shade to Kay Baxter at all, don't get me wrong. But when it came to MANDAPANTS, she said, oh, she's not going to link MANDAPANTS' video.
And other channel, MandaPants, put out all of her screenshots about this. She doesn't like me. I'm not going to link the video, but there you go.
Why? Because MANDAPANTS is sticking by what she feels about KJ, on what a problematic person KJ is, on how she doesn't approve of the things that KJ has done. Wow. Amazing. Totally amazing. It's like, which is it? It's either all hot or cold. It's just like, whatever. You know what? To each their own. Then she goes after her and her husband. That's not a public figure, okay? That nobody can question or nobody can come after because he's not a public figure. This is how they spoke about Teespiracy.
I am not a public figure,
Yeah.
so it's fucking slander.
Yeah.
Her husband in the background being a cheerleader and swearing Teespiracy.
People.
Conspiracy, fuck you.
Teespiracy, take the video down. You're the idiot that made a t-shirt with my husband on it.
What?
You're a fucking hypocrite. And you're a piece of shit.
And also said that it's Teespiracy's fault for what Natalie and Little Miss Noble had done.
Natalie and Little Miss Noble referenced your video indirectly multiple times.
Then she goes after Preacher Boys and Emily D. Baker.
So she's trying to cause drama between me and Emily. She's trying to make it seem like I'm threatening Emily. She's trying to make Preacher Boy think I'm threatening him.
Don't. In my opinion, Katie, don't do that. Now let's start off with Preacher Boys, okay? The whole story we know by now is that Preacher Boy had actually did an Instagram live with her, which he explained it was so like all of a sudden, it wasn't planned. He just joined her, he's heard about her, but he had not basically gone into exactly what she has done. In this Instagram live, in my opinion, Katie was totally fangirling over this guy. She complimented him about the work that he does. She even said she's used his work. A lot of people, and myself included, I was so disappointed when I saw him doing an Instagram live. And I say that because I know his work. He does such good work. That is how I myself have personally learned so much about the IBLP community. There are so many interviews that he's done, and that's why I've said this before. He's quick to listen and very slow to speak. In turn, which people have reached out to him and told him, which he even said himself, he was just told to do research in regard to KJ. And this is what he said.
My inboxes blew up across Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, email, getting tons of messages from people saying to do my research about Without a Crystal Ball, about Katie. I did my research. I found a lot of things I won't dive into right now. Found a lot of things, methods, way that she verbalized things, her tone in some of these cases, her interactions with victims that I was hearing about, reading about, seeing. I was watching her own content, and I was very uncomfortable with the way that Katie handled herself. She's sorry if I felt threatened by anybody, which I didn't, and nobody responded to me in a hateful or angry way. I just want to make that really clear. And again, I base this off my own research, not what people told me. So Katie went to Twitter and, alluded to the fact that I abused my wife or abused my kids.
Preacher Boy did his due diligence. He researched. He didn't approve of how KJ did her work. So he felt he was going to not collab with her. I will link his video down below. If you want to know the in and outs of exactly where he's coming from, please feel free to go watch his video, okay? Then I got messages from people that told me that they have reached out to Preacher Boy because they didn't want him to be tarnished by KJ, in my words. They just told him to do his research before he collaborated with her, which he did. Then KJ's feelings seem to have gotten hurt. And what did she do? As per usual, KJ went and did an Instagram live where she berated and degraded this man, in my opinion. Let's move on to Emily D. Baker. And this is going to fit in because now she's using excuses. And if you don't remember, I did a video on my channel I think it was 2, talking about KJ and Emily D. Baker. In the one video, she accuses Emily D. Baker of spreading falsehoods, accusing Emily D. Baker of misleading people in thinking she was guilty. But in retrospect, Emily D. Baker is a lawyer. She was a district attorney. For 15 years of her life, she practiced law, okay? Let's be clear. She did not like Emily D. Baker from the get-go because of the relationship that Michael Sauls and Emily D. Baker had during her Tati lawsuit. They weren't friends, but they acknowledged each other. Let's put it that way. She at one point even went on an Instagram live and admitted that she doesn't like Emily D. Baker. In my opinion, you just seem to have had a bad dislike for Emily D. Baker because of how people were flocking to her, how her popularity was growing, her channel was growing. And in my opinion, that's what you strive for, but you just can't seem to get it.
I just have no respect for that kind of woman who goes into opportunities and exploits things for her own personal gain. I don't know how good her track record is. There's a stand right there. That's not true, Katie. They will defend everything that bitch does.
I feel like I've been very clear with Emily that what she's involving herself in is not good. And I'm not trying to threaten her, but I feel like she's been laughing at me this whole time. And I don't think she realizes that, like, everything she's doing is being watched because what she's doing is contributing to a lot of this biased hysteria. Emily needs to wake the fuck up. And if Emily continues to be a part of this harassment.
So by you putting out this falsehood now, that it's because of Natalie, that all this is going on between you and Emily D. Baker, and now all of a sudden, this is going on between you and Preacher Boys? No. The fucked up part is that all this chaos between you and Preacher Boy came before what Natalie had pulled. Your ego got bruised. Why doesn't people want other people to collab with you? Because in my opinion, they're looking out for the best interest of the next person. That's just the way I see it. Remember the whole Britney situation, the Britney Spears situation? This blew me away because it was shown that she had a totally different outlook to this whole Britney Spears thing. A few years ago, or maybe a year ago, it was all about, oh, all this is a conspiracy theory. Now, all of a sudden, Sloan put this out. Sloan, that actually has a channel on YouTube, was going back and forth with her, and, you know, things were just going on. So I was always wondering, but how come she's not giving so much pushback to Sloan? Until Sloan put this tweet out. And it says, why don't we talk about the time Katie Joy exploited me for content? I've been waiting to tell that story. She fucked me over so hard. Well, Sloan, that's your story, and we are ready to hear that story. Because, in my opinion, KJ has done so many people wrong. She has burnt so many bridges. So you guys, as I said, this weekend, she was totally on a mission, you know, threatening lawsuits. She was talking and naming people who she's going to be suing and what they did, and doxing people. And let's be clear, doxing is when you truly do say a person's full name, which account they're associated with. That is a dox, in my opinion. And then, I think it was on Monday, she puts out this statement on her Twitter, which was like, are we living in a twilight zone right now? She says, on the direction of my legal team, we will be taking this situation completely offline. If you have any information regarding the involvement of the people who stalked, doxed, or filed false reports against us, we will gladly take any information, video, screenshots, etc. Thank you. That definitely 100% did not age well, because what's today? Today's Thursday, but as of yesterday, Wednesday, Katie is still talking. She's still talking. She goes on and she says she's still inserting herself into things that she shouldn't. And this is what she said. Unpopular opinion or popular opinion. Both Gabby Hanna and Angelica Oles are wrong for using a mother of a murdered teen to settle a vendetta on YouTube. I'm appalled by both of them. Screaming louder to be right doesn't make you look better. Really, KJ? Really? You got a whole lot of shit that's going on in your corner, but you still insist on going into somebody else's corner and inserting your bullshit in that. This just does not make sense to me. It truly doesn't. It gets even better. She says, Gabby Hanna is right about one thing. There's a lot of creators that gaslight and deflect. There are a lot of commentators that gaslight and gatekeep. How about we stop making it our job to tell people who not to like? I stopped living like that in 3rd grade. I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit on that because, in my opinion, Katie herself is the biggest gaslighter. She gaslights so much. It's like, wow. Wow. Kim Star put out this tweet. Kim says, because of Deaf Noodles, Kim said, because the Deaf Noodles is a liar, he lies about every YouTuber, not just me. He's enemy of the entire community. He doesn't even respect his own subscribers. He feeds them BS. Takes clips out of context and make false narratives. Complete lowlife. And Katie Joy says this is actually accurate. Agreeing with Kim Star. Why, KJ? Why? Do you not have your own to focus on? You're going through so much. You're going through so much. But you're still inserting yourself elsewhere, still. You out here trying to make people like you. Whether people like you or not is irrelevant, or should be irrelevant. As long as you got the support of your family behind you, you're liked by your family, that should be good enough for you. Because now you're bringing the drama in. It can't be healthy. Absolutely not. So you guys, thank you so much for sticking by, because this seems to be a long video. You guys, that's it from me for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day today. Please be kind to one another. Once again, what these people has done to her, unacceptable, so wrong. Should never be done to even KJ. They need to be held accountable. And like I say, you guys, everything is going to come out. It's going to come out. Everybody is going to be exposed for their part. You just got to sit back and wait. That's all you got to do. So you guys, that's it from me. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. I don't know if I said this at the beginning of my video, but anyway, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. And also, please be kind to one another, and please have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.